Hey y'all, it's Miss Hinsdale. I just kind of wanted to highlight some of the trickier parts of your solo so that if you guys were having trouble before you submitted them, then you guys could actually hear it. And so I want to start here at 13 because that's where we start entering on an up tap. I did change the tempo to 90, so if you notice that right over here, okay. And so here we go. The reason it's kind of dark is I'm trying to make sure you guys can see me and have a pad and a computer, and anyhow, it's a little tricky, but we're making it work. So I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to count out loud as I play so that way you guys can follow along. All right, so if you see 3, that means buzz roll, and then you end on the and tap. And then, of course, you've got some flams here. If you see 2, that means they want it diddled. Here's 13. 1, 2, ready, and rest. And 4. And 3, slam. 1, and a 3, and 3, 4. 1, buzz, and 3, 4. And 3, 4. And 3, slam. 1, and a 3, and 3, 4. 1, buzz roll, and 3. Okay. So what you're looking at 13 is rest, and 3, 4, rest, and 3, flam. Okay? So being careful of that. You've got rest, and 3, 4, rest, and 3, flam. All right, let's do it one more time at 13, and then we'll keep going because 21's a little bit tricky as well. 2, ready, and 3, and 3, 1, and 3, 4, 1, buzz, and 3, and 3, 4, wait for the and tap, and 3, slam. 1, and a 2, and 3, 4, 1, buzz roll, and 3, slam. Okay. Now with the bass drum in the background, it actually sounds pretty cool here at 21. But what it's going to feel like is you're resting for like 2/8 beats. So you're going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and. So that's what it is at 21. And then they do the same thing again, but they just change up how it looks here. So it's 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Okay? So that's what this rhythm at 21 and 22 feels like. Okay? And then here at 24, you've got 1 and a 2 E and diddle. So you've got diddle diddle da, diddle diddle da. 1 and a 2 and diddle diddle da. Okay, and so they want to hear that kind of open. All right, here's 21. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2, diddle diddle diddle. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Okay, stop. So this is some syncopation going on here. Okay, at measure 25, and that was throwing some of you guys in the recording too. So you've got 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. And the reason I'm putting the click in there is because you got to think the 2 in your head. So it's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Okay, starting here at 25. So making sure that happens on the up tap. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 diddles. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Stop. So I wanted to jump back here to 29 because then they start changing the 16th rhythm on you guys. And so it's 1 and a 2 E and 3, 4. 1 buzz and 3, 4. And so basically they wrote out the skeleton of it here, 1 and a 2 E and 3, 4, and then they wrote out just it as a roll here. So that's the only difference. Okay? All right. 29. 1, 2, ready, skeleton. 1 and a 2 E and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and diddles, diddles. 1, slam tap, slam tap, slam. 1, slam tap, slam tap, slam. Okay. That measure has thrown me almost every time because, whoopsie, you feel like you're waiting. So it's one flam, tap, flam, tap, flam. One flam, tap, flam, tap, flam. And so you've got to get that in there. So I'm actually going to back this up to where we kind of get into it a little bit. So it's because it just switches all of a sudden. So you've got 29, 30, 31, 32 are all kind of the same. Then it switches that rhythm here and you feel like you're waiting. So make sure you're waiting right there at measure 31 or 33. 29, 2, here's the skeleton. 1 and a 2 and 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and diddles. Wait, flam tap, flam tap, flam. Wait, flam tap, flam tap, flam. 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3. Here's the syncopation. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Sorry, my face got in the way of the notes. Okay, so starting here at 37, you've got a lot of that up tap stuff, okay? So you've got 1 and 3 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and. And so same thing here. You've got the skeleton of it. So one, they throw it in eighth notes. Then they put 16th notes in the middle of the exact same rhythm. And then they put rolls in the middle of that same rhythm, okay? So you've got eighth notes where you have, eighth note, quarter note where you have to wait. Skeleton, buzz rolls. Okay, so that's kind of the progression here at 37. 1, 2, 37. 1 and 3 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. Stop. Let's do that much again. 1, 2, 37, go. 1 and wait and 3 and wait and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. Okay, so they kind of alternate the skeleton with the like actual diddles there at the end. Okay, so hopefully this helps you guys, and I look forward to hearing the solo.